unstable, dirty, broken, like we chose this life.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. We have today Derek. I guess you guys might remember a couple weeks ago, Derek was on our show and he shared his story. And he did not get to finish. He actually was still talking at the end of the show, and we decided that he would come back and do a part 2. So I'm super excited to have him back. Let me get set up everywhere. That's about right. Okay. All right, I sent him the link, so just give him a second to get here, and he will pop on in. Derek and me actually are pretty good friends. We've known each other for a long time. We actually, in our madness, we lived in the same, it was his, I lived out in downtown Cincinnati, and we hustled up every day to get our hi in. How are you doing? Thank you for being here, for moderating. I'm waiting on my guest for the podcast. The guest tonight, for anybody that just on TikTok, I know TikTok just loaded up. My guest on the podcast tonight his name is Derek. He is actually a friend of mine from my past. What's wrong, buddy? Tablet? Okay. All right, Daddy got it. Daddy's getting it. It's okay, sweetheart. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he wants his tablet. He's serious. Okay, I don't know where he's at. He should be coming. I just talked to him a few minutes ago. Hi, Rachel. I'm just waiting on my podcast guest to jump on. That I stuttered. Did you jump? Not that one. Hey, I sent the link to your email. All right. You're good. Bye. Okay. No, leave her TV alone. Hi, guys. Thank you, guys. Hi, Rachel. I know. I missed you last night. I was wondering where you were. I know how it is, though. It's busy. Especially this time of year. Like, I was on a live earlier. I did a live at 3. And then I did a live at 2. And then at 3, I had to be down at the church. Took the kids to see Santa Claus. They got, their little presents or whatever. And then I was supposed to be back here in time. It was originally going to be 4. I pushed it till 4:30. And then I got here about like 4:40. And I called him and I said, hey, can we just push it till 5? Because I had a lot going on. Hi, Derek.
What's up?
I was just saying, we pushed it back 3 times. I was like, oh, we'll do it at 4, then 4:30, then 5. But I had to take the kids down. And they saw Santa Claus, and that was it. This was the first year that they were both really, she'll be 2 in February, and he'll be 4 in July. So like they knew like it was Santa Claus, and that was cool. Like Braylon went in. She ran off like when we got there to the church. She goes to church all the time. Like she goes every Sunday and Wednesday and Bible study and everything. She loves it. So as soon as we got there, she took off with her little friend. So she's not in our Santa picture, but she didn't want to be anyways. So.
Right. That's cool though that she's
that's one of the main things she does. She goes, like I said, she goes twice on Saturday or on Sundays, and then on Wednesdays. Hi, baby. Hi.
Yeah, hi,
girl. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you, Derek. I really am.
No, that's Leanna. All right, go with mommy. All right, what's up?
So the last time you were here, we talked about your story, and we kind of didn't get all the way through it. So if you want to, like, kind of recap, and then I don't know, however you want to do it. If you want to like
All right,
recap
so
everything kind of quickly and then get to where we were and then start from there.
So it's going to be like a super quick recap because last time the whole hour went by and I didn't even realize it. So, so I pretty much grew up in a home with a single mom, and me and my little sister. We were poor. It seemed a lot better when we were younger, but as we grew up, I think it's just because the things we wanted then were cheaper. It was easier to feed us, and didn't have all our friends at the house, whatever. But so on, so on. And moving through, I started hanging out with older people. Is where I kind of started getting into smoking weed and bikes, perks, stuff like that. And then I started messing around with like some older females. And again, making the older friends, like wanting to fit in, so on. So that played a lot in my addiction. And then, so I started shooting heroin around 16 or 17. I was real young the first time I ever put a needle in my arm. I wasn't even 18 yet. And a couple years later, in and out of jail, a couple years later, ended up in prison for like 11 and a half months. By the grace of God, that's the only time I've ever been. And then up on getting out of prison, within 3 years of getting out, my mom died. And that's kind of where we left off.
Yeah, that's about where we were at that time period, right? When we were at the apartment and stuff.
Right. So that's when she died. I kind of went into that to the last episode. If you guys didn't see it, go check it out. That's a long story in itself. And so she
really
died, and that's when I.
Hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, Derek, but like that really is, guys. Check out part 1 of Derek's story if you haven't already seen it, because it really is like it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
No.
And but anyway, so that's when I knew that something had to change. And honestly, it didn't for another. Let's see, she died in 2018. So, the first time I got clean was the following year. And, I was, in my mind, I was clean for 11 months, but I go out once a month and smoke a little crack. But hey, as long as I wasn't homeless under bridges, flying signs, and I was getting by in the sober living, I'm cool, right? Like, I'm clean, doing my meetings. And, eventually that backfired in my face. So I started shooting dope again or whatever. And I believe that's what we talked about part 2 being, was basically going to be like a touch on life now.
Yeah. Your last episode was on where we're at now. So the last episode was episode 14. And people are asking, I'm sorry. So it is on YouTube, and it's episode 14. It's called like Oxy's. Oh, I just had it pulled up and I took it down. It says like Oxy's something about a trap house, episode 14.
Yeah. But so after that was really that whole period where you were around, at Stanley Row. That period there was really looking back,
that
on
was
that,
like my rock bottom as well. Like that time period, that was the lowest I ever did. We were like homeless. I mean, like we weren't homeless. We had an apartment, but that was all we had.
It was
didn't pay
nothing
for it.
in it.
I don't know how. Yeah, completely bare. It was like an institution, a cell. When you walked in, it was like HUD apartments. It was like concrete, like white concrete walls, and just felt bare. And not a couch, not a bed, guys. On TV, we had nothing.
Right.
And every day we went down and like hustled up money in the city. However, it may have been. If we was boosting, or if if it got bad.
Switcheroo, remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, switcheroo. But
literally, we were so bad, guys. Derek commented in the last episode that literally he, upon like I guess talking to his wife about the situation, he said there was a girl that would say like, if we got to figure it out, or somebody's getting robbed, like That was literally
and that's
that
how
was
it
my
was.
mentality. Yeah. And we that's what it was every single day. We like, we flew signs. It was crazy. It was that was my
Whatever,
most, whatever it took
whatever.
to feel better that day.
Yeah.
Like we would hustle up the small, there was 4 of us and we would hustle up, 30-40 bucks and every day, and that was like our goal. If we got more than that, that was great, but like it was crazy
that was
times.
rock bottom for sure, dude.
Yeah.
But, so that was the period. Once we got out of there, so the girl I was with at the time,
And I had my kid. I'm sorry, I forgot that part. Like for the whole mess, we also had my child in the mix that we're all like trying to take
I
care
pray
of.
that she never remembers any of that, man.
She does. Like I talked to her. I try to talk to her about. She doesn't remember much. You know what I mean? Like luckily, we got
Thank
so
God.
lucky. It was
And
so
I hope
little.
it never comes back to it, man.
Yeah, it was. She was so little.
That was a bad time.
Super fucking lucky. Yeah.
That was a horrible time.
Absolutely.
But so me and the girl I was with at the time, we ended up getting up out of there, and we went to this guy we knew that owned a junkyard, and we started staying there for a while. But at that point, when we're staying with him, I'm still strung out, but I'm really looking at my life like, dude, I've got to do something. Like, I can't do this anymore. I've got to do something. And, she does whatever she's doing, dips off on me, and I'm going to go to treatment. I believe I touched on this in the last episode. I pull in, she's gone for like a week. I pull into the treatment center. And she calls my phone like, oh, come home. Like, I'm back. And my dumb ass goes back, That happened twice, maybe 3 times, 2 or 3 times. And then finally we broke up and I finally went to treatment and got in. It wasn't really clean, but the most clean time I've ever had. I mean, so like I was fucking around like once a month, like, oh yeah, I'm clean, it's cool. Well, that wasn't the case. So it was like 11 and a half months. I was in sober living. But the treatment center I went to, I was there like 40 days and I left. It was a 6-month program and I left. But within 24 hours, I was in another treatment center I didn't use. And I was there for maybe 4 days and I got out and went straight to sober living. And that's when that little period happened. Well, ended up getting caught smoking crack, shooting dope, got kicked out of sober living. And now at this point, I was really homeless, like under bridges, sleeping in tents and fields, like whatever I could do. And so in and out of treatment centers, I'd been up till 2022. I'd been to the Cat House like 7 or 8 times, the Engagement Center like 4 or 5 times, Adams Recovery Center twice, not counting the jail shots in between 30, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it was. And then finally, I went to jail February 2nd of 2022 on a felony warrant I'd been on the run from for about a year and a half, 2 years. And it was just a possession charge. And I'd sat in there for about 30 days and I got out on probation. Or no, I'm sorry, I posted my bond. So I got arrested on my payday. I had a job at the time, actually. And I got arrested on payday. And my brother-in-law came because I had all my money on the card. And my brother-in-law came and put up the other money, like put up all the money. I paid him back half up on release. And then I worked for him to pay back the rest. And I bonded out. And I was going to court. During my court, I got out of jail. I think I touched on this too. So like I was in jail talking about, and this wasn't me. I was always the guy that couldn't wait to get out and get high. But I was in jail swearing to the most important thing in my life at the time was my grandmother. Swearing to her, and I meant it with everything in me. I'm going to stay sober. I'm done. Dude, I think within a week of being out of jail, I was dope sick again. I mean, like, so maybe 2. It might have been 2 weeks, but something along those lines. I was getting dope sick again. And she had told me, like, look, you got 2 weeks to figure it out. You can no longer stay here. She's like, you made this promise to me, like, and you broke it. You got to figure it out. And that day right there, was the best thing to ever happen in my life.
I was going to say, like, for those of you that didn't catch the first episode, like, Derrick and his grandmother was very, very close. She more or less raised him. His mom was single and she struggled a lot. And his mama had never, like, said no to him. Like, she helped him out all the time with money, even through the addiction and stuff. Like, she would send money and things like that. Like, when we were all living in the apartment, she would, like, send him money down there still, even yet, like, or sometimes he'd have to go get it. Like, anyways, but she took care of him. Never ever did she ever say, like, no, set them boundary. And that, I mean, and I really feel like that's what, and you said yourself, like, that's what did it for you, because this woman had never ever said no. You never said no, never put him out, never turned the back on him. And then finally she says, I'm done, you know?
Yep. And so she gave me 2 weeks, about a week into that 2 weeks. And I just thought about, like, she's not really going to do this. And she was letting me, like about a week into that, she's like, hey, have you figured anything out? You got about 5 or 6 days. You got to go. And I was like, Grandma, you're really going to put me out? Yeah, I am. So that day I called Cat House. I called a treatment center. And they was like, we don't have anything open right now. I did my little phone assessment type deal. We don't have anything open right now. Keep calling. And as soon as you get a bed, or as soon as we have a bed open, but they're first come, first serve. So if somebody did their assessment before you, but you call first, you get the bed. So I was up at 7:30 every morning. And 7:30 every morning for about the next 4 days. And I finally got the bed. Like, as soon as the bed opened up, I was the first one in it. Because I called them right at 8 o'clock. As soon as they opened, called. And I finally got the bed. And that would be where my life does a complete turnaround.
It's crazy how, like, you know, when you want something, you like, people, when we're in our addiction, you know, we set and we say, like, oh, I can't get clean, I can't get there, I can't this, I can't that. But like, when you want it, you're like, I'm up every single day at 7 o'clock calling these motherfuckers, like, I want you know what I mean? And it's like, when you put forth effort, like, you know, that saying where they say, like, if you put half as much effort into your recovery as you do your addiction or whatever, like, that's so freaking true. Like, because you bet and believe that if we wanted the dope, we would have been up at 8 o'clock. You know, how many times was I up at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning hustling? RE's dope
you,
sick.
You and her both.
Texting on the phone. How am I going? You know, who else is up? Who else is sick? Let's figure out something. Like,
every time. So that's where my life's going to do a turnaround. And also, you bringing up the, like, put as half as much in your recovery as you did getting high, and you'll be fine. So that I was going through, like, little spots in my head I want to touch on for this, and that was, like, not necessarily in those words, but that's something really big I'm gonna touch on. I'm gonna try to get it closer to the end. But anyway, so I go to treatment, I go through detox, and what's great about Cat House, dude, is they feed you value your whole detox along with some other comfort meds. Pretty much slept my whole detox away, dude. But like, that's unheard of. You know what I mean?
You know, not to, like, interrupt the story, but I saw the other day on some article that there is now some kind of detox treatment center, and I can't remember where it was or what it was like. I literally remember nothing about it, but what I do remember is that what they were advertising was that you go in and they pretty much, they give you something, some kind of medication or something that pushes all of the substances out of your body like that. And you sleep, it like wears you out, and you sleep for like a day and a half. But then when you wake up, you're normal. I don't know. That was great. Yeah, I know, and I don't know what it was that they give to you. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't Xanax or nothing, but it was like something, I don't know, but it
precipitated withdrawal.
They gave you, like, let me find out. There's something that pushes the dope out of your body. Like, how many times would that been great? Like, oh, I'm sick, let's just do this medicine and sleep. Like,
yeah.
I thought that was
so. I get in there. No, go ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I just said I thought that was neat.
All right. But anyway, so I get in there and I do my detox and I come out, and I'm off the detox meds, because once you go upstairs, you're no longer allowed detox meds. So I get up there and I'm still feeling, it was 7 days, the 7th or 8th day they put me in. I felt way better, of course. But at nighttime, I'm still getting restless legs, a little bit. And they're pretty mild. But, dude, that is the thing that got me every time. That is the reason why I left treatment all the times I left treatment. Like, that is the thing that got me. I could make it through the puking, the sneezing, the cold chills. Like, the sleep and the restless legs is what got me, dude. But anyway, so I go upstairs.
For me, dude, it would make me mentally crazy because I could not sleep for like, it would be like a month before I slept right, like before I could normally sleep.
Right. Yep.
After like, I don't know, a week and a half, 2 weeks, you can like get some broken sleep a little bit, but it's like almost a week, 2 weeks of like no freaking sleep. Fall asleep for 10 minutes, man, and you wake up and you're like, oh, what time is it? And they're like, it's been 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's so bad. Yeah, that sucks. And it does, dude. Like, you get that little broken sleep. It feels like you got some sleep.
Yeah.
And like you said, if you wake up, look at the clock, it's been like 2.5 minutes. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This sucks.
You feel so rested. I remember so many times laying in Brown County Jail, just laying there and do that, like nod off. And then I wait. They would all like leave the room. So I would wake up and they'd be like, everybody be gone. I'd be like, yes, I got some. I'm like, how long have I been out? And they're like, yeah, 15 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
Damn. Yeah, that shit sucks. But so I do the detox. I get upstairs, and I believe it was like a week and a half, 2 weeks into being upstairs in the residential part of this treatment center. I go do my phone call, and I call my sister. Mind you, I had a car at the time, but I left it all the way out in Bethel, and I left my phone. Hold on a second, Rachel. Text Chris and tell him I'm busy. But anyway, so I left all my phones with my sister, left my car keys with my sister. So that way, like if I did decide to leave, I didn't have any numbers, and whatever. Well, my first or second phone call, I called my sister. I'm talking to her, whatever. I was bitching about still going through like the mild withdrawals. And normally she was the one that came and got me from treatment every time I wanted to leave. So I was like, dude, fuck it. Just come get me. Oh, mind you. No, this was a little later in. So mind you, the girl I'm with right now, that's where I met her. So I'd already met her. I'd been talking to her for quite a few days, whatever. And I called my sister and was trying to get her to come get me. And she was like, no, I'm not coming to get you. She's like, and she just brought me like $250 worth of clothes, dropped off like 4 packs of cigarettes. She's like, if I come get you, I want everything I just bought you back. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Come get me. You know what I mean? And she was like, no, I'm not. I was like, all right, cool. Give me Michelle's number out of your phone or out of my phone. She's like, yeah, I'll give it to you, but you're going to come get it. And I got off the phone with her and I kept thinking, because I remember leaving treatment, man, and every time I left, that door shut behind you and you got a garbage bag full of clothes. And I was just like, fuck. Like, what did I just do, man? But so I didn't leave. I go to group. I come down from my phone call, I'm pissed off or whatever, and I go to group. And it's crazy because I go to group and what they're teaching on that day is self-commitment. Like, and the counselor that was teaching, one of her messages was, listen, give yourself 1 year. Give yourself 1 year. And if you don't enjoy your recovery or like where your life is at, the dope will be there. All right. So that day's the day I made the decision. All right. 1 year, 365 days, and I'm going to start shooting dope again. Pretty much. Well, I never imagined in my wildest dreams. So I get out of treatment. I go to sober living for like 9 months. The girl I'm with now, I ended up getting her pregnant.
But it's like, you're like, I've spent all this time out here doing the meth and I've tried all these things. Like, F it, let's just try sobriety for like, yeah, you're like 1 year. That's great. Like, I can't even, whoever said that to you, like, that was awesome because it's like a challenge. You're like, I can do it for a year and then I'm going to hate it because how we all were in our addiction. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna like sobriety. That's stupid. Who wants to be sober, And then he tricked you. He's like, oh, well, do it for a year. And you're like, okay. And then now, how long has it been now,
Best thing I've ever done. But so get out of treatment. This specific program was only, not counting detox, was only a 28-day program. Well, we get out of treatment. So mind you, the day I get out of treatment, I have court. I haven't even finished the court sentence from where I got out of, or the court dates from where I got out of jail, when my grandma kicked me out, all that, the first in the earlier part of the story. I haven't even finished court for that yet. So I go to court and I didn't run at all. So this is how quick all this is moving now. So I didn't run at all. I go to court to my sentencing date, final court date. They give me 3 years probation. And I was like, all right, okay. It's either we're going to do this or I'm going back to the joint. You know what I mean? Because it was felony probation. And I ended up getting the girl I met in treatment pregnant. And we just kind of both agreed, like, all right. And we were already kind of headed in this direction, but we just both agreed, like, all right, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm the one that talked her into going to sober living from treatment. So we did that for about 9 months, and about 2 months before the baby was born, we got an apartment. It's in Price Hill, but we're getting ready to get out of here. So we got the apartment or whatever. And sober living was a blast for anybody who's struggling that doesn't know if it's an option. I had a blast in sober living, and so did she. Like, it was a good time, man. It's just a bunch of giant grown men that are trying to figure out how to be men and have a good damn good time doing it. I mean, like,
I've had so much fun, like even in jail, like not in jail specifically, but like with people, sober fun, like laughing. I remember like that was one of the things that really made me think about changing my life, because I was like, man, I'm in jail and I'm laughing my ass off and I'm having one of the best times of my life, like with people that I don't even know. And like, it's because I'm clean, and
right.
And like, and
some of that joy comes back.
You relearn how to do things. Like you said, you're just figuring things out, learning how to be an adult, how to be a man, how to be a human being. You know what I mean?
Right.
Stop, sissy.
But so yeah, dude, like that was me, man. I had a blast in treatment. I'd been to multiple times. I had a pretty decent, like, dude, I could get along anywhere I go. You know what I mean? Coming from where I come from, you learn to adapt real fast.
Stop, baby.
Treatment, we had a great time, man. Like, it was a good group of people, the guys and the girls. All of us were tight. But I do remember in treatment, they told us, like, there was like, what, baby? You want to say hi? Yeah. Come here. But in treatment, they told us, I think there was 30 or 40 people. They told us that it was 30 people. 1 in every 10 of you is going to make it. So only 3 of you, statistics say only 3 of you will make it when you get out of here. And let me tell you, when they said that, they were right. So out of 30 of us, hey, baby, I got to put you down for a minute. Okay? I love you. Anyway, the 30 of us, we get out, and me, my old lady, and my best friend that I met in treatment also became one of my best friends, like my best friend. And we're the only 3 that made it. So all 3 of our really close friends within 4 months out of treatment died. And then a couple other ones died later, and the rest of them all pretty much immediately just went back out. So they tell you when you get sober, get a suit. Because you're going to be going to funerals. Like, and it's a thing.
So sad.
Then
when we see people that we care about still struggling, like, I have people that I care about deeply that are still in the mess, and it sucks so bad because I just want them to do good. I'm like, just stop. And I know that you can't, like, I know better than anyone that you just can't, but like, I don't know. I just want to shake the shit out of them sometimes because I'm so afraid that I'm going to end up, at a funeral that I don't want to be at.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be at no funeral, but you know what I mean? Like,
I know what you're saying. But so, and then even in sober living, I got really close with a couple of the guys, and a couple of them went back out, passed away. And what's crazy is they didn't even go back out from sober living. Like they moved out, got on with their life, went and bought a house or an apartment, was working a good job, got back with their wife and their kids. Like, and the last time I had talked to them, you know, everything was all good. They were killing it, about to get a promotion. 2 days later, find out they died, you know, from an overdose. One of my friends from treatment that died from an overdose, I was with him the day before he died because I gave him a ride home from work. And I dropped him off at sober living. He wasn't in my sober living, but I dropped him off at his sober living, man, and got the call the next day that he'd passed away. And then I had a good buddy. I don't know if you guys remember him or not. Jeff knows him. My buddy Ricky, he came to the apartments at Stanley Road. Sometimes he was from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he ended up passing away 2 Februarys ago.
That's, dude, I hate that so much. It's
But yeah, so like his sister called me, like, you know, are you sitting down? And I was like, and she messaged it to me first, but I was driving. So I just kind of took a glance at it. And as soon as I seen her, you sitting down, I already knew, because dude, that was my best friend for a long time. Like from the time we met, we just hit it off. He had a place to live and he would stay homeless just because I was homeless. You know what I mean? Like, so that was my dude. I went to Florida, detoxed it all the way out with him. Then we came back and started getting high again. You know what I mean? Like, but that was my dude. But anyway, so, yeah, so I mean, you just lose people in sobriety, man. It sucks because not everybody sticks around.
Especially like when people are sober for a long time, or like, you know, if they just get like the drugs out of their system and then they like go and relapse. It's so freaking dangerous, guys. Like, because nowadays you have no idea what like you don't know what you're getting. Everything is cut with like fentanyl or carfentanil, and it's dropping people, like, you know, people even just the tiniest amount because there's nothing in their system. It's taking them out. That's like relapse is so freaking dangerous. Like,
it absolutely is. Yes, ma'am. But that's what happened with my buddy Ricky, dude. He wasn't doing opiates. He was doing speed. And I don't know if he got a bad batch or if he just decided, like, you know what, I'm going to do some opiates again. I don't really know how that happened, but either way, it's like he wasn't doing the opiates, and that's what got him. You know, it was an overdose. But I don't know if he knew that's what he was doing or not, but
probably not.
Know. Yeah, probably not. But anyway, so I get out of treatment. We get the apartment. The baby was born February 14th of 2023. Yeah. Yeah.
My baby was born February 5th of 2024.
Really? Mine's Valentine's Day, baby. But
yeah, I didn't even realize when you said the date. Yeah.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, baby. So I no longer have to buy the old lady a Valentine's Day present the rest of our lives.
I got you one. Here it is.
Yeah, it's running around the house.
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. Anyway, so
are you potty training yet? Are you potty training yet?
Dude, we're trying, but she is not having it.
My little 2-year-old literally, because we have been working on it with my 3-year-old, and she's so now naturally she's just interested. But she literally, I was on the live earlier, and she literally took her diaper off and went and pooped in the corner.
I see your video about that. Yeah,
look forward to.
Yeah, that video.
Stuff to look forward to. But
I already know. My kid's pissed in the floor.
Yep.
10 times by now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my 3-year-old.
But she is definitely pissed in the floor.
Yeah. He was not interested though at all, is what I was gonna say, until just here recently, and then he just took an interest all of a sudden. So I mean, they just go at their own pace. But yeah, when we first started,
that's how I look at it. Like we try to work with her, but you know what I mean. We'll keep trying to work with her, but one day she'll just take to it when she's ready, man. As long as she don't get too
little.
But yeah, she's only 2. She'll be 3 in February, so. You know what I mean?
My son will be 4 in July, and he's still not potty trained all the way. Like, he pees in the potty, but he still wears diaper. Like, he just does it when he wants to. Sometimes he will throw a huge fit and make me put diaper on him, and I'm like, whatever. But it is funny. Like, it's ironic when we was getting ready to start potty training, and me and my husband were talking, and I was like, you know, we just have to. He's like, he's gonna pee. I'm like, yeah, he is. He's gonna pee everywhere. Like, we gotta invest in a scrub brush or something. Like.
Something. Something.
I'm
Hell
sorry.
yeah.
I got sidetracked on the
No,
kid.
you're good. No, it happens. You're good. I get sidetracked. Just a child of mine all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so the baby was born, and so I have one prior, but I haven't seen her since the hospital. I'm working on that actually as we speak.
Are you really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
I've reached out to Kelsey.
Is she in the
I've
same place, the kid with the grandma?
yeah. So I've reached out. I did that again too, by the way.
I heard you. I'll
So
beat you out, yeah.
yeah. So anyway, I reached out to her mom, and it don't really seem like I'm getting anywhere. Like, she hasn't been rude or nothing. She's been, seems like she kind of wants that to happen, but at the same time, it's like she care less. Maybe it's just how I'm taking it. But she hasn't been rude or disrespectful or no, you're not seeing your kid or whatever. But I've contacted a lawyer, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not trying to take her from what she knows at
Right.
home.
Absolutely.
I just want to build a relationship with her. That's
Be a
it.
part of
That's
her
simply
life
it.
for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because it's been how
that
old
is her home.
How old is she? And you said 20. When was she born?
Hold on, 2000. I got out in 15, so 17 October.
About 8 or so.
Well, yeah. So she's like 8 or so. It's
Yeah.
sad that I don't even honestly. I know roughly. You know what I mean?
Hey, it happens, But
right, it is what it is, though.
I like that you said, like, I'm not trying to take her and stuff, because that shows
I'm
real,
not.
that shows real, like, compassion and stuff. Like, that's her home. Those are the people that she knows, and it would be
Right.
almost cruel to just take her out of that situation just
I
for
would
your
never.
own
Yeah.
selfish. It would be selfish, you know what I mean? So, like, I really love that you said that and that that, because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm clean now, I want my fucking kid. But you
No,
realize, like,
absolutely
hey,
not.
that would be
That
damaging.
is what that little girl has known her whole life. Like, last time I seen her was when in the hospital when she was born.
Okay, tell Brian.
You know what I mean? So last time I seen her was in the hospital when she was born. So I'm working on that or whatever. But up on getting out of treatment, I'm going job to job trying to figure out one I'm gonna stick around with, moving furniture. I did construction with my brother-in-law for a little bit, which is what I've done my whole life, whatever. So and then one day we just finished up this big job with my brother-in-law, and I get a phone call from a buddy that I was in sober living with, like, hey, are you still working with Cody? I was like, yeah. He's like, you ready to get on payroll or what, man? Because it was under the table. I was like, you know what? Yep, fuck it. And that would have probably been, for now, one of the best financial moves I've ever made. So I've been there about 18 months now. A little over that, actually. But yeah, something like that. But anyway, and let's just say, I'm not going to put it completely out there, but let's just say I make pretty good money. And I love my job. I love the people I work with. It's in construction. I hang commercial and industrial ductwork. I also went to HVAC school for residential HVAC, refrigerant furnaces, all that. Completed that. So that's another thing I'm going to start eventually on my own. But, and honestly, super long story short, like, I own a 2019 vehicle. Dude, I think before this, the newest thing I've ever had was probably a 2006. You know what I mean? So I bought it with 53,000 miles on it. Like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows, though. Like, me and my old lady both are still trying to figure out, how to live with each other. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out how to, like me, I am very bad. So this is another thing I want to touch on. Self-discipline. Like, I'm still trying to figure that out. You know what I mean? I have no self-discipline when it comes to saving money, when it comes to like when I work a lot of overtime and get a real big check. Worked hard for this. I want to go splurge, but when you come from nothing, and I've never had anything, right? So I'm gonna give you a situation of this self-discipline. So in the situation I'm about to give you, there is a version of self-discipline, but it's the wrong version. So I went and bought a pair of new work boots yesterday, and it cost me $208. And I get them home, and I was like, "Fuck, man, these are nice, dude. I don't want to really wear these to work." So instead of taking them back, getting my money back, going and buying a cheaper pair and keeping the rest of the money to put in savings or use it for gas or whatever, like, you know what? I'm going to keep these for going out boots. I'm just going to go buy another $150 pair of work boots. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I went and did. You know what I mean? Well, that's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm going to go tomorrow and get those. But yeah, so like,
So bad.
I can have the self-discipline to not wear those boots to work, but not to say no, take them back, just buy a cheaper pair of boots, you know, whatever. So, but go ahead.
I am just so bad with money. Like, I am the worst especially when it comes to my kids. Like, if I take them into the store with me, I buy them a toy. And like, my husband's like, man, they do not need dude, I don't know if you've seen the video of our toy room the other day, but like, we've got totes. There's like 9 totes and there's like one for Barbie dolls, one's for dinosaurs, one's for you know, balls, all the stuff. And like, every single day, every tote gets dumped out. There's like 1,000 toys in my floor in there. And I'm like, dude, they don't need any fucking toys, you know. But still, every time we go to the store, we, you know, they come out with a toy because I think it's because like I had nothing as a kid. Like I never got a toy. Yeah. So like, and I know I overdo it. I know, and I really like, I know that I'm terrible about it, but I do anything. Like if they even might need something, I'm like, oh, they need it. Let's get it. Like I'm so bad with money.
Yeah, and that's my like. So I have that discipline when it's something I want to have, but I don't even think about self-discipline if it's something that I'm not really worried about that. So like for instance, saving money, like we're about to buy a house and we got some money saved up, but that is my fiance's doing. You know what I mean?
You know what they say, behind every good man is a good woman.
Like so that is her doing, man. So she is better with money than me. You know what I mean? She just is. She's better with money. She's better with numbers. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I just blow all my money and leave her to pay the bills. Like my bills are paid, and I take care of a very, very healthy chunk of that. Most of the time we split them, but we cover each other if one of us comes up short. But yeah, so like, but that's the first thing that always comes out of my check is my bills. But if my water heater was to go out or my car was to blow up, we're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, we're fucked because I can't save money. But
us too. Like, yeah, we have no rainy day fund, and I have the worst luck. Like, my tires blow out all the time. Like, starter got little stuff that like it, and it's not even that much money. But I'm like, God, like I don't have any money saved. I'm like, I gotta wait till payday. Like,
right,
my car will be. I'm like, oh,
also,
yeah.
Go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off.
What I said. I was just gonna repeat myself. Okay. Like, you know.
But also we just spent, you know, and mind you, we use payment plans and stuff like that, but we just spent fucking $1,800 on Christmas. You know what I mean? For not just our kid, but family and stuff like that. So it's not like there's money to be saved. I'm just really bad with it. It's what I'm trying to get at. But and so that's one thing. Like, and that's what I'm saying. My lack of self-discipline. That's where our fights fall. You know what I mean? Like, that's where our fights fall. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. We didn't just meet and treatment like, oh my God, I love you so much. We're going to be together forever. Like, yeah, maybe for the first 3 months. And then after that, I mean, especially anymore, half the time it's like, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? But no, it's good though. She's good people, man.
I love it that like you were like, you know, we found out we were pregnant and then we both just kind of like, we decided like, okay, let's do it. Like, that's great. You know, like it's so good to have a partner. Right. It makes it so much easier. Like on both sides. What, buddy? Hold on a second. He just wants his toy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Do what you do. I get it.
Yeah, I did. I know it's so hard, like, and I'm trying to do like I'm doing more and more lives like we're on TikTok every night,
Yeah.
7 o'clock through the weekend, 7:30 at night, or on the weekends, I meant. And then I'm doing more and more through the day. So like I'm on the computer a lot. So then they're just like coming in here. At the first, like when I was doing it, I was just doing like 2 shows a week, and my husband was
Right.
really good about keeping them like but like when I'm on the computer for so many hours a day, it's just not a thing. Like
Right. It's not a thing anymore.
no, it's not a thing. They'll
He's
come and
probably
like
getting to the
climb.
point, he's like, get him out of here.
Yeah. Sometimes I
But,
just
yeah.
mute, like I stay muted, and they'll come like Maya. She
Yeah.
likes to come up and talk on the microphone and stuff, and I just mute
Right.
let her do it. Like, man, they're kids. They're only kids once.
Yeah,
I probably
it's
do let
weird.
my kids do like the most, but you saw her just like with the paper and stuff, man. And
Right.
they're kids. Yesterday when I was on a live,
Right.
they got into our blanket cabinet. I said this earlier, and they drug out all of it was like blankets, sheet, curtains, pillowcases, all that stuff.
I've seen that too. Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah. I'm like, dude.
Yeah, my kid does the same shit, man. I'll come home from work and Rachel will be cooking dinner, and I'm on my feet all day. Like, so I'll go kick my boots off and jump in the shower and go sit on the bed for a minute. I'll come out here, dude. This kid will have every single toy in a matter of 30 minutes.
Yes.
Every toy she's got strolled everywhere.
And we can't be on top of them all the time. I refuse to do that. I'm not going to chase them around. You know what I mean? I'll pick it up later. I'm too tired. I got too much other stuff going on.
Oh,
like,
no, help me pick it up. But yeah, we'll get it later. And when you're done playing, right before you go to bed, we'll clean it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, for sure. We'll pick it up. It's not a big deal. Like, but no sense in getting mad about it because it just happens over and over and over again. Like, that's like the bins in the toy room, dude. I pick them up every freaking night.
Right. So here, I don't know where we're at on time, but I'm just going to go ahead and jump into this part that I kind of wanted to touch on.
10 minutes or so. We got about 10 minutes or so.
Perfect. That's actually exactly where I wanted to jump into this at. So when I was in treatment, man, one of our peer mentors, and me and him got into it quite often over me ending up in a relationship while I was in treatment, which honestly, guys, out of all the people that came out of that treatment center in relationships, don't do it. Like, focus on yourself, build your life, and then for whoever's watching or whatever, or whoever sees this in the future or whatever, build your life, then worry about that. It just kind of happened for me. I wasn't looking for it. It is what it is. But yeah, man. So he told us, he said, I want everybody right now to write down a list of, 3 or 5 things where you want to be in the next year of your life. And he said, and I want you to keep it. And when you come up on a year sober, I want you to look back at that list and tell me if you haven't blew that list out of the water. And dude, I did it. Honestly, I lost the list, but what I can tell you though is I'm working on 4 years in March 31st. So March 31st, 2022 is my clean date. So what I can tell you is then even at the 2-year mark, I could have never dreamed that I would be where I'm at now, coming from where I came from then. Like, dude, I got out of treatment. I sold my car. I sold it. Never had it treatment. I started completely over with the clothes on my back. You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, like my grandma helped when she could, here and there, but I made it a point to stop asking her for money unless I absolutely had to, which there was a couple times, but I turned around and paid it back. Like I said, I would. So, yeah, but man, I never dreamed, like, we're about to be buying a house. I think we should be closing around March or May. I can't remember which one it is.
That's
but we're
crazy.
definitely
Like, to own a home. Yeah. That's real life, big boy adult shit right there. You know, like that's we own our home, and it's like it's so fucking exciting. Like to just we live here. No one can take it away from us. Like they could shut off our electric, I guess, if they wanted to, if I didn't pay them. But like no one could ever come take our house. Like this is ours, and it's such a. I think it's like such a super cool feeling. hold on, buddy. For us, because like you said, we never thought, like I never thought I would have this. So like it's
Dude.
extra cool, I guess. Like,
And like, yeah, you were just like me. You left everything, the little bit you had, and started over with nothing, dude. And that's what I did. Like, so I fucked off my whole 20s, all my 20s being an active addiction, all my teenage years. I dropped out of school. I have no college education. What I do have, though, is I have skills. I can build shit with my hands. You know what I mean? Like, I have honestly survival skills. Like, and that's what got me here. I can hustle. You know what I mean? But I just put it to a different.
My friend James, he did like a whole thing in prison. Like he set up a course to like help people see like how our traits that we had in addiction help us in recovery. Like you said, you're hustling, and you were like we figured it out, hustled it up, and so like you're bringing that now into your recovery and turning it into a good thing, and that's so cool. It's so cool to see that. Like it's kind of like in your face addiction, kind of, you know what I mean? Like fuck you, using like the traits that it taught you against it.
Right, and that thing you brought up earlier, I heard it in treatment. Fuck, every day. It was a cliche, but it's so true about, dude, if you put half as much into your recovery as you did getting your fix every day, like you're going to be fine. I promise you, boy. Like you think I'm just meeting every day, recovery bound, hitting the big book every day. I mean, should people be like that? It's a good possibility, but I'm not.
I'm not.
You know what I mean? And I don't have to be. I think meetings are good when you need one to go hit. When I did do my 90 and 90 when I got out, you know, I did do that. I did meetings really heavy for about 8 months when I got out.
And early recovery,
Yeah. I just started working a lot, fell off, had a baby, you know, like, so I get to them when I can, but I'm not going to lie. And, not to go against what they say in the rooms, but it's far and few in between anymore. I don't make a lot anymore. I try to make one here and there, but that's why I'm more than happy to do stuff like this or whatever. But yeah, so I mean, but yeah, man, that list I made, I thought I did think about that. I think it was a little over a year. I thought about that list. So I had on it like I expected to still be in sober living. I expected be working towards some type of promotion at a job, and I still am, but I've gotten that promotion 3 times over already, so I expected to have like just a little beater that would get me to work, like not raising a whole ass family and doing a pretty decent fucking job with a brand new whip in the driveway and a real good job and about to buy a house. I mean, like,
your house is nice. I can see behind you. You have stuff in it. You know what I mean? So like,
yeah. I got like look. We got a whole ass fucking computer. Got an Xbox. I got a PS5. All the rooms got TVs and beds and couches. Well, what?
Much different, huh? Like I swear that place. So there was not a picture on the wall. I mean, it was just. I swear it was
nothing.
Like a cell. It was so crazy.
You can see that we got the fucking
Christmas tree. Look, there's Christmas decorations. Tree. Never in our life would we have paid for Christmas decorations. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, right. On the dope.
And I really thought, like, even in sobriety, like, I never thought it would look like this. Like you said, I really thought it would be like a
miserable
a dank apartment. Yeah, like dim, dank apartment with like a beady or little shitty car. Maybe I might have to walk to work. Who knows where I live? Like. But no, it's so different. It's so great. Like good things really do happen. I say it all the time. Like when you start, if you just start putting steps in the right direction, like things will start happening for you. Like it lines up.
Listen,
crazy things that you would.
I completely destroyed all my and I'm sure you did too. All my teenage years, all my 20s, somewhere into my 30s, I decided to get clean. Around 30, I decided to get clean. I'm walking out of treatment, going to sober living with literally the clothes on my back and the support of the couple people I had left that loved me. You know what I mean? I had a fucking probably a 12 credit score. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
So
like
no, it was really like a 400
adult stuff, like that we're doing. Yeah, like you're like my credit score. Like if someone would talk to me about my credit score 8 years ago, I'd be like, fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
Get high enough where I can fuck up some more. Can I get a loan?
right. Like, is there any way I can get some money out of it? Like, if not, I don't want
Oh
to
yeah,
hear
if
about
not,
it.
then I'm not really trying to talk about it. Yeah, but and that's what I'm saying, man. I walked out with nothing. I didn't build nothing through school as a teenager. I didn't go to college in my 20s. Didn't do no trade schools. None of that. It's just luckily I had grandpa and uncles that taught me how to build, how to work with my hands, and taught me a little bit of common sense. And then pretty much the rest I figured out on my own. You know, like out here hustling and being a drug addict, and I just applied it differently with a different mindset, and it carried me further in almost 4 years than I ever thought I could go. Like, and that's the God's honest truth. I know people say that it sounds like a cliche, but dude, I never ever thought within 3.5 years after treatment that I'd be sitting like I am. You know,
I didn't
like
even think like
absolutely not.
recovery was a real thing for the longest time. Like I didn't think
Right.
people really did it. I thought like it was something that you did because the court sent you there, but then like only a few people really followed through, you know. And but back then it really was kind of like that. But now like recovery on our little TikTok live thing we have in the background, it says recovery is the new vibe because it like dude, so many people are in recovery. Like I've seen so many
Right.
people on Facebook and
Dude.
stuff that I used to hang with that are now clean.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. And it's like, well, where we come from, you know, like Mount Orb and all that, you know, Hammersville, all that stuff. Like when I was growing up as a juvenile and a young adult, I mean, even into my late 20s, there wasn't really nothing up there, out
No
there. Everything was
resources.
down here in Cincinnati. Now, Mount Orb, they've had it for a few years, but now they have like an inpatient treatment center. They let you have your phone, like family can bring you food. It's like, it's not jail, it's treatment, you know, like that's dope. Like meetings are popping up in places you never thought they would.
Yep. It really is
Like,
spreading
and
everywhere. It, like
yeah,
resources are everywhere because we didn't have that. Like I didn't like you had to, even though medical card would come in.
nope. You there?